Hi guys, it's Ania from Interior Design Hub, and today we're going over trends that I am so over. They have got to go. Or some of them just, were they even trends? Like that's actually, I think, a big part of it. Were they even trends? Some of these, I'm not so sure. So where this all came from was I was watching Studio McGee on Netflix. Now, watching is the wrong word. I was binging that shit. I like her style. I like the stuff that she does for the most part. So the trend that, like I said, I guess it's a trend. The thing that I saw on her show that just made me cringe. Actually, it didn't even just make me cringe. My husband also cringed because yes, I made him watch it. I need coffee. So while I'm watching Studio McGee and I see this horrific design trend and it got me thinking, there's a bunch of things that make me go, yeah. So I wanted to cover them today for you. And yes, I do that exact thing, yeah, every time, but it's usually in my head and not actually on camera. So it got me thinking. And I picked my 7 design trends that they gotta go, man. Like, stop doing it. And I say that now. And the reality is, in like 10 years from now, as things always do, trends will change and probably, 90% of it will be back on style. But I mean, it is what it is. Today, as of today, 2021, these are the 7 things that I'm just so over. And it all started because of Studio McGee. Let's dive in. All right, so you're probably like, what the heck did you see on that show that has got you so up in arms? There was, get ready for it, a double island. Was that a trend? I don't know if I missed it, but like, unless you are operating a commercial kitchen, I do not understand the purpose of 2 islands. It's like you've got the island that we're all used to seeing, and then you've got another island. Like, what is that for? Just storage, for sitting, for laying stuff out on, taking a nap? I just don't understand the purpose of 2 of them. You end up with like this weird galley situation between 2 countertops, but really you've probably got it between 3 countertops because you have like your kitchen and then your island and then your other island. Like, is the island sitting with the island? Like, are they friends? Are you worried that your one island's going to be lonely, so you put in the second island? I don't understand the purpose of 2 islands. Like, there's like literally nothing that makes sense to me. If you have a kitchen that is big enough to have 2 islands, like, make more storage space or make a pantry or like make it wrap around or something, but don't put in 2 islands. That's just like, I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. And if you have a double island, I'm sorry, but I still think they're bad. I just don't get it. All right, the second trend that I want to cover, and I feel like anyone who knows me is gonna probably go, wait, what did she just say? Because it is a trend I may have done a lot of. I'm not gonna lie. But there is a way to do it that's better than, I don't want to say better than. There's a way to do this trend that doesn't seem super trendy. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But there is that trend that it does need to go, and that is gray on gray. And I know, gray is still very popular, but I think what happened was, and what I've always kind of believed, is like you should do gray as like your neutral, like a white, like a neutral palette, but then you layer on top of that. And I've always been one to use a lot of gray, but I use a lot of other colors as well. And I definitely lean way more towards like an eclectic color palette versus just gray on gray. And if you're looking behind me and thinking you're sitting in a gray on gray room, well, I think on camera it might look like that, but like my painting up here actually has quite a bit of color. What's sitting in front of me has a lot of color. I have wood furniture. I have a colored rug, I have, you know, I have color. Although I do actually have a lot of gray. But when I move to my new house, that's changing because I'm gonna have a navy blue couch instead of this gray couch. So the gray on gray trend, although it can be done in a very nice way and still very warm and inviting, I think the way I would like to see less of it is that cool, like no color and no warmth, almost monochromatic gray on gray. Like that's just sterile. I don't like that in any color palette when it's just too much of one color. Yeah, but this gray on gray, the gray thing, it's kind of going on its way out. And just so you know, natural colors are coming back, which is kind of cool because like my first house, like from 15 years ago, I had like beautiful moss colored walls. And not that I think that color is coming back, but more natural tones are coming back. And we're seeing that with like biophilia and plants, and I love it. Okay. Which actually brings me to my third design trend that I am so over. Actually, this goes like the first one. It's like, was it a trend? I don't know. But I don't like it and I never have liked it. And that's fake plants. Why are we buying fake plants? Like, I have trouble with plants. Trust me, I have one back there. I don't know if you can see it. It's looking a little spindly. He used to look great. And I'm trying to save him. And I am going to do a video all on plants because I feel like it's important to talk about because this is for myself. And I am trying to build my plant collection and I'm trying to love and care for these plants because I want real plants. I have never had fake plants. Just don't understand the concept. I feel like it's another thing to dust. Like, just why? So yeah, apparently faux plants were in, but I'm just letting you know, even if it's not a trend, just don't have fake plants. No fake plants. Just try the real thing. And if you struggle, as I am on the struggle bus with plants, trust me. But if you are struggling with plants, go for the cacti, go for the succulents, go for the very low maintenance plants. Like if you go to IKEA and you go in their plant section, like that's usually like in the basement. If they can survive down there, you're probably okay. So try one of those. They might last longer than 5 minutes. No fake plants. That's just, no. But Ania, no. All right, next on the list, and this one, I struggle with because I still find certain applications where it works. But I can honestly say in the last couple of years, I haven't really been doing it as much because I'm over it as well. And it's funny because I feel like the corporate world and the residential world are very different. And I still see a lot of this in the corporate world, but I definitely have moved away from it. And again, in some applications, it makes sense, but for the most part, accent walls are passé. And I know like what you're thinking, but a great like wallpaper accent wall looks so nice and it's not too much and it's just a touch of whatever. Go all in, man. Like just go all in. In my dining room, and this is like over 10 years ago because we've been here for a while, I decided to do wallpaper and I wasn't wanting to do like a super bold wallpaper, mostly because I was like, ooh, like, I don't know if I'll like it. It's a, if it's a bold pattern and I didn't want to just do one wall, like I knew I wanted to do all 4 walls. So I muted it. I didn't go super crazy. It's a more muted pattern and I love it. And I still love it. 10 years later, I absolutely love it. And I think that was me personally, but if you love wallpaper, do the whole thing. Like a really great spot to do wallpaper and like to do all the walls in a big, bold, beautiful pattern is your like powder room. A bold, like super cool pattern in a powder room looks fantastic. Don't just do one wall. Same with like a bedroom. Don't just do the back wall behind your headboard. Like that's out. Do the whole bedroom. Just commit and do all of it. You will thank me. It will look amazing. I promise. Do it. All right. So the next trend, I've never really been on board with. I'm not going to lie. I've actually done it because it did suit the application, and it was in a commercial cafe space, and I thought like it actually did really make sense just from not only aesthetics but from like functionality. But in general, I find this trend, it's, you know what, it's not even an aesthetics thing, it's just so not practical for daily life. That's what it comes down to. I am so over open shelving. Open shelving to me is just impractical. I think it looks nice if you are that person that can like have everything very pristine and like it looks nice and it's almost like, actually, you know what it reminds me of now that I think of it? You know, like your grandma's like case with like all her like fine china? And it's like in behind little glass doors. You know what I mean? Like one of those display cases. I feel like open shelves in a kitchen are our version of that. Because everything that's on there has to be show ready. Like you can't just have open shelves and not have like a clean, organized cabinet. You know, like it's gonna look dumpy if you don't keep it a certain way, so that I feel like you probably don't really touch it because you don't want it to look messy. And I mean, yes, there are people that will totally like keep it clean and it's not an issue, but I think for like most people, yeah. No, I know what I should have done back there. I should have turned a light on. That would have made it brighter. So yeah, I think that looks better, and I probably should have thought of that before. Oh well, I learned. So open shelving for me is just, yeah, the trend, it just doesn't, I never understood it. It always seemed very difficult to manage from like a life perspective. Like, do you really need to add that kind of stress onto yourself? Do you really need to have like a show-worthy shelf? I don't know. It just, I'm all about design, but I'm also a lot about practicality. And sometimes some things just don't make sense. And for me, open shelvings, just no. Bye. All right, this one, I was like, I remember really loving this look and the style, and I actually am seeing some of it come back due to like this Hollywood Regency style that's really on trend again. However, I think it's a different tailoring of that, but it's, yeah, mirrored and glass furniture. So I feel like it's a slippery slope because there's some trends that are highlighting it, but on the other side, and here it's gonna be the exact same that I just said. For me, glass furniture is impractical. It's just not practical. Like, we had a glass dining table once upon a time, and I had to clean that thing every single day. I find that glass just shows like that nice layer of dust, and it was just, again, like, do I really need to clean this again? Because it's just not practical. The other thing is it's kind of a danger. Like, I read some random statistic that like most accidents in the home, like ones that send people to hospital, have to do with glass coffee tables and basically people falling into them and like getting really bad cuts. What? Like, isn't it supposed to be like that shatter, what is it called? Tempered glass? But apparently I don't think they all are. They don't have to be, because people are like cutting themselves from like falling into the glass. Like, oh my God. That's totally not the trend side of it. And then I remember that there was like, I feel like a lot of, I don't know why I feel like I remember bedroom side tables with the mirrored look, but it wasn't, it's not like the Hollywood Regency style. It was more just like solid mirror, or like the solid mirror, like, or the solid mirror. Can you tell I don't work in residential? I can't remember the name of any of these things. What's the thing you put your clothes in with the drawers? Oh, for heaven's sakes. Dresser. Solid mirror dresser. Yes, this is my drawer motion. Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, I remember seeing where it was like all mirror, and it was like with the mirror knobs even, it was just a lot of mirror. And I feel like we went through this mirrored phase, I don't know, very just let's look at ourselves, I guess. I mean, we're still very much a society that likes to look at ourselves, but I think it's just, yeah, calm down. So the mirror and the glass furniture is like, it's great in small spaces because they help a space look bigger. But I think in general, like, it's not the most practical. And I think that's what a lot of these trends, like when things fall out of trend, a lot of it is just like, it's not really practical, or it doesn't like function that well. It was more for aesthetics. And then once the aesthetics part's kind of like been there, done that, then it's just like, well, it doesn't even make sense anymore. The last one, and this is something that has bothered me for a very long time. I mean, I've done it. I'm not gonna lie. I have totally done it. But I am so over it, and I've been over it for well over 10 years, but in case you missed it, matchy is not in. Like, I still hear from like people that I know that buy furniture sets. Like, they'll go to a big box store and just buy all the pieces that go together. Don't do that. Even if your budget is like only for a big box set of furniture, buy the couch and then buy different chairs to go with it. Don't buy it from the same set. Like, buy a solid couch and a patterned chair, or a different colored chair in a different shape that complements, but not the same set. Do not buy furniture's sets. And that goes for bedroom sets, and that goes for everything. Just don't. It's just, don't do matchy. It looks not good. And I don't know, like, it's a trend that I don't know when it was on trend last, but I feel like a lot of people still do it. So if you're an offender, buy a slipcover for something. I mean, obviously we can't all go and buy new furniture, and it's not sustainable to do that, but slipcovers are great. They come in lots of patterns, lots of colors. You can throw it in the wash. It's great. Just slipcover it, please. Yeah, so matching furniture, please don't. It gives me like, I'm literally like, ugh. I just don't like it, because I feel like you can do affordable furniture. You don't have to spend a fortune to buy like a couch or a chair or whatever. I mean, if you're able to repurpose from somebody else and buy it, you know, pre-loved, that's great. But if not, then please try not to buy a matching set. You will regret it, because it will not look good, and you'll think, why does my house not look the way that others do? And that's because if you watch a show like Studio McGee, you will notice there are no matching furniture sets. No, because they look bad. Okay, shh, don't do it. Tell all your friends. And you know what? While you're at it, you should tell your friends to check out this channel. You should also hit the subscribe button and the like button if you're enjoying this content, because I would really appreciate it. That was such a great segue, and I didn't even plan it. Awesome. All right, guys, that's it for today. I just wanted to go over some of the fun things. Now, let me just put a disclaimer in here. If you like this stuff, do what you love. I always say that. It's better to design your house or your home in a way that you love and you appreciate. And if you love these things, go out, do them, enjoy it. You live there. I don't, so who cares what I say? But if you are curious on design trends that I just think are then you should definitely, you know, use some of these or change some of these. All right, until next time, guys. Bye.